Okay, imagine how awkward it would be to get hit by a car. Like, I swear to God, if that ever happens to me, I'm getting up and running away. Because that is mad embarrassing.
Hey city boys, it's me Saint, and I'm back again for another video. So I want to give a few warnings for this video before you get into it, just so if you're not interested you can just get out. But there will be tears in this video. I will be talking about a traumatic event, and a car accident. I will be talking about my spiritual beliefs in a way. So first, and also I smile when I get uncomfortable, so you're gonna see me smiling a lot. I talk with my hands. I'm like so nervous right now. My heart is beating, and I've been crying for like 3 days straight, and I've told this story already. I recorded it, but it just didn't feel like I got everything that I needed to get out, and I had been having this tug on me to just talk about it and get it all out. On March 5th, I got hit by a car. So we're gonna work backwards so you can get into my mindset, my headspace. And so far, as you can see on my channel, I break things down. I like to look at things in between the lines. I like to look at things on the 3D and also on the 4D. So to understand a part of this experience that I'm taking part of right now, I have to go back. So we're gonna go to my name. I go by Saint, and when it's my art, it's Saint Lazarus. And we're gonna break those down, and then we're gonna go to the story. So Saint, that is, I talked about this so many times, but it's a nickname that I have with my friends, and now new people that I meet, I will just tell them that my name is Saint. And this came when I had a global class. It was my US history class, and not US history class, my global history class, and we were learning about saints. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Saint. That's when I started calling myself Saint. And my friends was like, oh, that's funny, because like the way that I acted at the time, it was not close to a saint, right? And I just kept bringing that nickname along with me through my college experience and all that. And before, I didn't realize how much that nickname did for me. As a child, I was told by my mother, and she's a Christian woman. Her mother, my grandmother, she's like a very to the book Christian lady. And I remember she was telling me, she was like, you're the spawn of the devil, like you're the spawn of Satan. And she just kept telling me that, and telling me how demonic I am and how evil I am. And that's when I was a little kid. I don't remember what age I was. I want to say it was before double digits. So I always carried that with me, because like I felt dark, like I felt, you know, like, because there had to be a reason why I was like left out when it came to my family, and why I always felt like I didn't belong, right? So as time went by, I realized like the nickname Saint is kind of like just reworking how I felt about that those words that were placed on me, you know? So it was a beautiful like 180 kind of thing. It was a really beautiful thing. And then now Lazarus, like I said, I got Lazarus from the song Lazarus from David Bowie, and I really like that song. Something about the song just connected to me. So I was like, all right, St. Lazarus, that sounds like amazing. And like one thing that I was always taught as a kid is like, you always look up the meaning of things. Like you need to know what it means before you start, you know, getting into stuff. And I ended up looking up Lazarus, and I learned about St. Lazarus. And basically the story is, a little synopsis is, a man dies and God brings him back. And well, he died, I think he was dead for like 3 days, I believe, and then he was risen again to continue on with life. And it's just the power that God sees you worthy enough to continue with life and continue with whatever journey that God had provided you with. And when I say God, I don't believe in a man in the sky. I believe in a giant force, like, you know, as well as an evil force. I believe it's a great force, and it can get divvied up into things. It can stay as one. It's, you know what I mean? It's beyond our mental conception. You know, we cannot conceive an image like that, you know. So now getting to the accident. So I have dreams, right? And I believe that not all the time, but for the most part, dreams are your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever your higher thing is that is closer to you than God, you know what I mean, your closest access to God, shows you what you should prepare yourself for. And I've had dreams that were warning me, and at the time I didn't know that a great shift was about to occur. And a week, I would say like a week, 2 weeks before my accident, I had a dream. And in this dream, I just remember it was like darkness, and then I was standing and I was like by an area by my job, and I'm looking around, I'm walking around, and it looks off and it feels off. Like, I just can't put my finger on like why it feels like that, but it just felt weird, and it was like a filter was over everything. So that was a dream. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, whatever. My job, I work as a cashier, and I really liked my job because I love to interact with people. Like, I feel like I'm a very much people's person, when I want to be. If I don't feel like it, then I'm to myself. But I love talking to people. I love having conversations. I loved all of that. And I loved my job for a while. But when January came, it was like some shift happened, and I just did not want to be there. Like, it was like my shifts started feeling longer, like they were dragging. And before, like, my shifts were going so fast, like they used to go by so fast, but like now it felt like I felt every single minute of the shift. All the customers were irritating me. Like, I never had a rude customer like be rude to me. Like, they've been rude to my managers, but never to me. I've always had pretty decent customers, but I just did not want to be there. And I kept feeling like something was going to change. Like, I was going to have some great like shift that was going to happen, like in a positive way. And I was not going to leave my job until I had something else. Like, I was not planning on it. I liked my discount. No shade. I liked my discount. So I kept feeling like this. February came, I did my braids. And I was getting shifts, but my shifts started slowing down. So I was getting like, let's say like 2 shifts a week, or some weeks I would get 1 shift a week. So I was like, okay, my money's not looking cute right now. So that's happening. But also at the same time, I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. But there's so many things I have to like touch on before we get to it. But I have touched on this before in my college videos, but in college, literally, I was working 4 jobs. I was so tired. I was so overworked, but baby, I was on the dean's list. Clock it. But I was overworking myself, like to the point of like exhaustion, to the point of like breakdowns. Like, I would just cry. I would be under my bed crying until I fell asleep. Like, it was not healthy. And I told myself that I wanted to give myself a year break before I start getting like studying and getting myself into law school. I graduated college, and I ended up going on vacation. And when I went on vacation, I was like, you know what, let me get in contact with this attorney. I ended up getting in contact with him. Everything went great. Ended up getting an internship. And so I'm doing my internship, everything is good, but I was like, dang, I need some money. So I got a job as well. So now I'm doing my internship and a job. And while I'm doing my internship, like, I'm having such a fun time. I'm like, might as well start studying for my LSAT now. So I'm doing all those things, and I'm tired. Like, I'm so exhausted. And like, I keep like getting the reminder of like, but Saint, you said this year was gonna be a break for you. Like, you said that you were gonna like take your time, but then another part of my head was like, but like I could just do it now. Like, I could just get it done now. Why not do it now? So when January came, like the ending of January, I ended up stopping my internship for a little bit, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna work for a little bit, and then, you know, get my head back, and then we'll get it all back together. So now I'm just working and everything I talked about before with the hours. So the week I had 29 hours, and I remember at the beginning of the week I'm like, like I was telling my mom, I was like, you know, like I just don't feel it. Like, I just don't feel like going to work that day. Like, I just don't feel it. And my mom was like, you know, like, you're not getting that many shifts right now. Like, so it's like, it's good to just take it right now, because you don't know how next week, well, not next week, you don't know how the week after next week is gonna be, you know. So it's like, you know, that makes sense. Let me just, you know, because I'm trying to save up. Like, I have to pay for law school. The LSAT tests are not cheap. The LSAT studies are not cheap. The LSAT tutors are not cheap. So I was like, okay, true. So the day before my accident, my mom was making soup. She's making some split pea soup. One thing about my mom, my mom can cook. My mom can cook, and I love me a good Jamaican soup. I love me a good Jamaican soup. So she was making that, and I was really excited to bring that to work so I can eat that on my break. But I still was just not feeling it. I was not feeling it. So I just told myself, if I don't feel like it in the morning, I'm not going to work. I'm just going to call out. I wake up in the morning, and I'm just not feeling it. Like, it's like, I'm so serious. Like, I'm just not feeling it. Don't mind how I look. But see, I just wanted to check in, jump in real quick. When I kept saying I just wasn't feeling it, I wasn't feeling it. Have you guys ever had that, like, overwhelming feeling or urge to, like, not go somewhere, or, like, not talk to that person, or not do a certain thing? That's how I kept feeling. And it's like, it was like a consuming feeling. That's what I kept feeling when I kept saying, I just felt like I just shouldn't be doing it. And I'm like, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna get ready, I'm just gonna go to work. I put my clothes on, like, literally I'm dragging, like, walking to the bus stop, I'm dragging, like, getting off the bus, going to work, I'm dragging. But I get to work, I'm working a shift. When I tell you, this shift was the longest shift of my life, and I did not eat that morning, so I'm hungry. Like, I'm ready for my lunch. I finally get my lunch. I had a 9-hour shift that day, so I was 4 hours into my shift. I went to go get lunch, put my soup in the microwave, and it comes out. It's not like, you know, like, soups are really fragrant. Like, they're very fragrant. So when you put it in a microwave, you expect it, like, to smell up. I was not smelling up. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to put it in for a couple, like, an extra minute. Take it out. And I taste it. I'm like, it kind of tastes a little off. All right, okay. I take another spoonful. It tastes a little off. It was spoiled. I'm like, what the hell? So I throw out the soup. I'm like, damn, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. But I'm just gonna have to wait until I get off my shift. But you know what? Since all this is happening and I'm just not really, you know what I mean? I'm having a bad day anyways. I'm gonna get some Chick-fil-A. And there's a Chick-fil-A by my job. So I think the Chick-fil-A is probably like a 20-minute walk, let's say. So I was like, all right, I'll just do that. So I go back to work, drinking water, stomach on my back. I'm sorry if I look cockeyed. We'll talk about that more. Oh my goodness, stop. I feel insecure. We're not gonna talk about that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Go back to work the rest of my hours. And when it's time for me to leave, I want to do like the first, like, I want to do like 20 minutes before I leave. I want to start cleaning up my register so I can just leave at my time to leave. And my time to leave was 6 o'clock. And I'm going to start cleaning up my register. And my manager's like, oh, can you stay for a little bit longer? Because the line is kind of long and we have slow ringers on the cashier. So can you just stay for a little bit? And I'm like, all right, whatever. Because, like, I feel like certain times it's like you can't say no. You know what I mean? Like, I do say no sometimes, but sometimes you have to say yes, you know? Because I don't want them to have a bad taste in their mouth about me. So I stayed, and I finally started cleaning up my hangers, but now at this point I have so many hangers. So I didn't end up leaving until 6:30. I get my stuff. I get checked by the security. And I get out of the building. And like the way my job is, it's kind of like a whatever. So as I get outside, I didn't even know, but it's pouring rain. Like it's raining so hard, like so hard. I'm like, dang, what the heck? I don't know. I just didn't expect it. Like when people came in the store, I didn't like notice them wet. So I don't know. I didn't think about it. So I was like, oh, well, that's crazy. But I had my moose, so I just put my hoodie on. And you know the moose hoodies it covers. Like you ain't gonna get wet in your face, baby. You better not get wet with the price that you pay. So I put my moose on, whatever. And mind you, I'm tired. I'm hungry. So, but as I'm standing there, literally my mind just flashes. It's like, just get a sandwich from the deli. Just get a sandwich from the deli. I'm like, shoot, yeah, I should get a sandwich from the deli. But then another part of my brain was like, but still walk to the bus stop that's by the Chick-fil-A, right? Because there's a bus stop that's near my job, and then there's a bus stop that's near the Chick-fil-A that's 20 minutes. So I was like, yeah, might as well just take the walk. So as I'm walking out of my job, like, well, I was already out of my job, but like out of the like front of my job per se, I literally felt the strongest wind. Like if you've ever been to upstate New York, like, and in the winter, you know the winds. Like when I was in Oswego, that Oswego wind, I was saying if you 100 pounds or lighter, baby, you're gonna pick up like Mary Poppins. Like literally, you're gonna pick up like Mary Poppins. But I've never felt that kind of wind in the city. But that's neither here nor there. I started feeling that wind, like the wind was whipping me in the direction. All right, so the Chick-fil-A is in this direction. The bus stop that is by my job is in this direction, right? I'm coming out and the wind is whipping me right here, like literally turning my body to go in this direction. And as it's doing it, I'm like walking in this direction, but then my little back of my brain is like, nah, I'm just gonna go over there though. So I'm turning to go over there, but then it's like pushing me again to come back over here. But I continue to turn. So I continue walking and cross over the street, and I'm walking, and there's a gas station right here. And I'm walking, and when I am working, can I make a confession? I have one AirPod in. That's the only way I can be happy with these customers. That's the only way I can be happy and have a smile on my face. So one of my AirPods was dead because I had a 9-hour shift. So I had one AirPod in my ear. I'm walking. Everything is regular, like it's pouring rain, whatever. I'm walking, and I'm on the sidewalk where the gas station is. I'm on the sidewalk walking, not in the dips. I'm on the sidewalk walking, and everything goes black. Everything goes black. And everything goes black. And all I see literally, I just see, I don't know how long it was. Everything goes black, and I don't know how long. Like it feel like there was like no concept of time. Like it felt long, but it felt short. Like it was weird, but it went black, and then all I felt was just rain. Like I just felt the rain just hitting my body, hitting my face. And then I'm laying there, like I can't move, and I'm just laying there, and I just feel the rain just hitting me. And I just feel like a ball of energy, like a ball just coming out of me, and I just see it just rising up above me. And when it left, it's like I just felt weak. Like it's like my body just like, and then I felt like my energy just leave my body. And right as soon as it left, everything just went black. And then, like I said again, it doesn't feel long. It doesn't feel short. It goes black. And then I'm standing. Where I'm standing, I don't feel no rain. I don't feel anything. And I see everything for what it is. Like, everything looks the same. Like, everything, all the buildings look the same. Like, I look over there to my job's right there. The gas station's right there. Everything looks the same. But there's a filter over it. Like, it was like a burgundy, brownie. Like, I've never seen that color before. I'm gonna be honest with you. But, like, it was like a reddish, brownish, burgundy color. Like, it... Yeah, so... And where I am, it's very busy. Like, there's always cars, there's always people. There was no cars, like, not even a car parked. There was no people, there was nothing. There was no nothing. It was just me. And I remember the feeling of fear. Like it's like, you know, like when you're scared, usually, like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. I couldn't, like, there's nothing like that. Like, but it's inside of me. Like, I feel the fear. I feel so confused. I feel lost. Like, I feel like a yearning feeling. Like, it's like it feels like I'm looking for something, but I don't know what I'm looking for. That's the feeling that I felt. It's a feeling that I've never felt before. Like, it was such a confusing feeling. It's like you misplaced your heart. But it's like you don't know that it's your heart, but you know that you're missing your heart, but you don't know that you're missing your heart. It's the most confusing feeling ever. But you know something is gone from you, you know? You just can't see it. And all I can do is just walk. And I'm just walking. There's nothing. Everything looks, it's like it looks so oddly real, but it's not real. Like, you know? So I'm just walking. And something told me just to pick my head up, because while I'm walking, I'm walking like this. Like, I'm walking like this. Not looking up, not looking down. Like, I'm walking like this. And something told me to put my head down. I put my head down, and my boot is in the middle of the street. I was wearing my knee length Uggs. They're in the middle of the street. I was like, what the hell? So I go and I pick it up, and then it's like time skips. And the shoe's on my foot, the boot's on my foot, and I'm walking again. But in my mind now, it's telling me to go to the bus stop to go home. So mind you, remember, I'm on my way like this to the bus stop on this direction. The bus stop that's by my job is over here. So I'm right here. So it's telling me to just walk back to the bus stop and go on the bus and go home. I'm gonna pause for a second. One day I was on a bus coming home from work, and it was late. And while I'm on the bus, I don't know why I had the thought in my head, like the way the bus felt, like the way that bus felt, like the way he was driving it, the way it was rocking on the road. I don't know how to explain it, like, but my mind was like, yo, like, it feels like this bus is gonna take me to hell or some shit. Like, that's how my mind went. But let's continue back to what happened. But yeah, let's continue back to what happened. My mind is like, it's like a thing telling me, just go to the bus stop, just go to the bus stop, go home, just go to the bus stop, go home. So I'm starting to walk to the bus stop, and while I'm walking to the bus stop, mind you, I told you there was nobody there, there was no cars, no nothing. I'm walking to the bus stop, and there's this voice that, like, when I heard this voice, you can't think anymore. Like, you can't think, like, I couldn't move, like, I couldn't, like, my mind couldn't work when I heard this voice. And the voice is telling me, it's like, well, asking me, the voice is asking me, are you okay? And I'm just trying not to, like, I don't want to listen to, because I'm trying just to go home. Like, I'm just trying to go home. And I don't know if it's the Caribbean me or what, but it's like, when anything is wrong, you just go home. Like, anything happens, just go home, just go home. Like, I guess you're, like, programmed like that, you know? So after the voice, like, washed over me, it was a pause, like, it was a break of silence, like, because other than that voice, there was literally no sound of anything. It was pure silence. So after the voice asked me the question, and I was paused, like, because I couldn't move, it was like I was stuck. After it asked me the question and it was silent again, I could start moving again, and the thought of, let me go home. So I continued to take a few steps, and then the voice came again, are you okay? And while I'm like trying to move my body to walk to the bus stop, and I'm just like, yes, I'm okay, like, I'm okay. And the voice, like I said, it went silent. So I'm trying to take a few steps, and it asks me again, "Are you okay?" And I just turn my head, and there's a lady in a car. She's in like a black, like, little car, and she has like mad things in the back, like she just went shopping. She has like a little kid in the back, like a toddler. And then, but the voice does not match the lady, but it's like my mind associated the voice that I hear with the lady. So it's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay." And I'm trying to walk to get to the bus stop. I just want to go home. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I just want to go home. Asks me again, "Are you okay?" And after it says, "Are you okay?" it says, I called the police. I called the police. And I'm like, "Why'd you call the police? Like, I'm okay." And everything went black again. And after it went black, I'm now feeling the rain hitting me. I'm back in the 2D. I'm back here. And while I'm standing there, like, I'm feeling so like, I'm like so confused. I'm frantic. Like, I'm not frantic, but I'm like, and I don't know what just happened. I didn't understand that I got hit by a car. So I just see people just staring at me. Like, people are just staring at me. So I'm just confused. And I don't have my phone. I don't know where my phone is. So the owner of the gas station is standing there. And I'm like, "Oh, can you call my phone? Like, I don't know where my phone is. Can you call my phone?" And he's looking at me, and just staring at me. And I'm like, "Yo, can you call my phone?" Mind you, he's standing there like this. Like, he's like on his phone staring at me. I'm like, can you call my phone?" He's like, "I don't have a phone." He has a whole phone in his hand. So I'm like, "Can you call my phone?" He's like, I'll call your phone. But he's still standing there like this, just staring at me. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm so freaking confused. And when I look past, like, when I tell you, literally my mind is directing my eyes to this man, and he's just standing by an SUV, and he's just standing there. He looking at me, but he don't want to look at me. He looking at me, but he don't want to look at me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? When I turn my head again, the ambulance is right there. Like, it not even really I turned my head, it just went black. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it went black. I don't know how long, but I had my head like that, and I saw the ambulance. And the ambulance came, and they were like, "Oh, can you get into the ambulance?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I get inside the ambulance, and they laid me down on the stretcher, and they strapped me up or whatever. And as soon as I'm laying there, I can't feel anything. Like, I can feel like my arms, but I can't lift my arms. I can't feel nothing below. And while I'm laying there, the police officer ends up coming in, and he asks me like my name and stuff like that. And I asked him, I'm like, "Can you help me find my phone? Like, I don't know where my phone." I don't know why I'm so stuck on my phone, but it's that damn phone. I don't know, but I don't know if I said it, but like, I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything when I got hit. So I didn't know that I got hit. So the police officer was like, "Oh, I'm gonna look for your phone, blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, thank you so much." He leaves, comes back for like, I think like 4 or 5, no, I would say like probably like 4 minutes. He comes back in like 4 minutes, and he has my phone. There's no cracks on my screen, nothing. And I'm like, "Where was my phone?" He was like, "It was on a guy's windshield." And when he said that, oh, can we go back a little bit? When I was walking into the ambulance, the same guy that my eyes got directed to in the beginning when I gained consciousness, it got to him again, but he just didn't want to make eye contact with me, and I just didn't understand it. But like, I was getting like forced to look in his direction, look at him. So when he told me that my phone was on the man's windshield, then my brain really connected. It's like, oh shit, I got hit by a fucking car. So while I'm laying there, I text in my group chat, and I told my best friends, I said I got hit by a car. And I think they didn't believe me. They told me that they didn't believe me, because I be just a silly girl. Like, I just, and then I text my mother. I told her the same thing. And then after I text her, like a minute went by, and I called her. And when I called her, she ended up seeing the message that I sent her. and she's asking me like what happened, blah blah blah. And when she asked me what happened, literally I just burst into tears. Like, I couldn't speak. I was just crying. So I gave the phone to the EMT officer, and I asked him, can he just tell my mom what happened? So they ended up taking me in the EMT to the hospital. Mind you, I'm soaking wet, like literally soaking wet, head to toe. So I get to the hospital. I'm in the hospital probably like 30 minutes by myself, and I was just laying there, and like, it's like, that's when I started feeling the pain in my spleen. But I remember I was just laying there and I just felt so alone, and I didn't know what was happening. Like, it was a lie. My mom ended up coming. My mom, my dad, and my sister was at work, and she ended up getting off of work to come. So I was in the hospital for I was waiting for probably like an hour, 2 hours, and they were doing like CAT scans on my brain and all that kind of things. And I was telling them about the pain that I was feeling in my side. I just kept saying my side is hurting so bad. Like, it was an excruciating pain. So one doctor, he makes a decision to get a CAT scan of my side, and it shows that I had a ruptured spleen. And I am so thankful that, you know, he took the call to do that, because they weren't gonna do that. They were just gonna, like, I don't know what the fuck they were gonna do, just let me go. I don't fucking know. Like, the way that the healthcare system is set up, they really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be so, like, the next video that I make talking about my experience in the hospital was so fucking traumatizing. So get the CAT scan, shows my spleen is ruptured, I'm bleeding out. They have different levels of the severity of a spleen rupture, and he told me that I was a level 3, okay? A 3 out of 5. I'm a level 3 out of 5. So they end up sending me to another hospital that has a intensive unit. So I'm in the intensive unit in the other hospital. I get there, and when I tell you, I was in so much pain, like, to the point where, like, I'm shaking. Like, my body, like, could not stop shaking. I was in so much pain, and I'm screaming, like, literally screaming, because of the amount of pain that I was in. I couldn't walk for 3 days. I couldn't walk. I couldn't pee on my own for 3 days. It was so, like, it was such a traumatizing experience. So I was in the hospital for a week and 1 day. And when I got into, alright, at first I was in an intensive unit. I was in an intensive unit for 2 days. No, was it 2 days or 3 days? No, I was in an intensive unit for 2 days. And when I got to the hospital, before they put me in intensive unit, I was in the waiting room. I was in the waiting room for about 3 hours. Wait, go back. When I was in the first hospital, mind you, I told you my clothes were soaking wet. They had me in the waiting room. Mind you, I was there 30 minutes by myself. When my mom and my father came, I was there for like another 2 hours. I would say like about like an hour in. Mind you, I'm shaking, because for one, I'm in so much pain that my body, it just like cannot stop. Like, I'm just shaking, but also I'm shaking because I'm freezing also, because like it's cold outside, but it was pouring rain, and I'm soaking wet. So my mom is like screaming at them, telling them to take my clothes off, like, so they had to like cut my clothes off of me. But I'm at the other hospital now, and they did the CAT scans on my spleen. Turns out my spleen is not on a level 3 out of 5. I'm at a 4 out of 5. And I remember I'm laying in they put me like a kind of section, like it's still the waiting room, but it's like a little sectioned off. And I'm laying there, and my parents are by me. I'm in like so much pain. They gave me like, they gave you a little bit of drugs, but I'm in so much pain. And I'm hearing that they're gonna like take my spleen from me. And I'm just petrified. Like, I'm so scared. Like, to the point where like I couldn't breathe. Like, it felt like I was choking. Like, I could not fucking breathe. So a doctor, this beautiful, sweet Indian lady, she came and she sat by me, she held my hand, and she explained everything to me and just told me how everything was gonna go, and telling me that, like, you know, you might have to have the surgery, but like it's gonna be okay, like just telling me everything. And I'm shaking, like I'm shaking, like I'm bawling, I'm like, it's so much, like. And then like the pain is like a steady, like, out of 10 it's a steady, like, it's a steady 9. But then when you get the hits of the pain, bitch is a fucking 24. Like, it feels like it literally feels like I felt like I was dying. Like, I felt like I was laying there dying. And she held my hand and she was telling me, like, we're gonna have to get you to calm down. Like, you have to calm down. And she was like, oh gosh. She was like, you want to hear a song? You want to play some music? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, what song should I play? And the first thing that came to my head was Teddy Pendergrass. And it was This Gift of Life, Teddy Pendergrass. And I played it, and like, I just calmed down. I was there for a little bit, then they put me in the intensive unit. I'm not really gonna get too much into my experience in the hospital because that's gonna be a whole nother story in itself. But when I tell you, it's like, even like thinking back on it now, like 4 months removed from it as filming this video, it's like, I can't, like, when I tell you I was laying in my bed, when I was not feeling like I was physically and like internally dying, it's like I was just wishing to die because I was in so much pain. Like, the amount of pain that I was in was so intense. Then come to find out, not alone is my spleen ruptured, but my MCL, my PCL, my meniscus was torn in my right knee. My MCL was torn in my left knee. My hip and the joints of my right side of my hip was torn in the joint. And then on my left side, on my glutes, is torn. My wrist is torn. And I have like a whole bunch of inflammation and stuff. But it's like I never thought I could experience like the amount of pain that I went through. And it's like, it's not even just physical pain, but it's pain on all fronts. Like, spiritually, yo, I was getting attacked back to fucking back while trying to heal my body. I couldn't work. I had no money coming in, but the bills were still going. Student loans coming. When I tell you, I'm a very strong person. Like, if you ever known any of the other stuff that I've been through, you would be like, what the hell? But this experience, when I tell you, it broke me down as a person to the point where I felt like I wasn't a human anymore. Let's just say that. Like, it was to points where, like, while cutting up something in the kitchen, something's telling me to stab myself. Something's telling me to cut my wrist. While I'm lighting something up with a lighter, it's telling me to set myself on fire. Like, it's showing me different ways of me killing myself. Like, when I tell you, I'm going through shit, bro. Like, I'm going through some shit. Like, some dark ass shit. And coming from this, and I started going to my physical therapy. I told my physical therapist like the whole rundown of everything that happened, and she was telling me, she was like, "Yo, like, do you go to church?" And I was like, "No, I don't go to church." And she was like, "Do you like believe in God? Like, do you pray?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And she was like, "You are very protected. Like, there's something that is over you and guiding you and protecting you." And most definitely, I believe that. And when she told me that, I started talking to my father about like the dream that I had and what was happening and all that. And I explained to him like what I saw when I was walking, and the feelings that I felt, and like the feeling of I felt my soul leave me. Like, literally, I saw it leave me. I was telling him everything I felt, and I was telling him like it felt like I was in hell. Like, that's literally what it felt like. I felt like I was in hell. And he was like, I don't think you were in hell. Like, I think you were in purgatory. And when he said that, I was like, then I started just thinking about it, and that's when I just wrote down everything that happened. Like, I wrote down everything point for point. And when I wrote it down, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I died. Like, I literally died. And I was brought back. And when I tell you, once I got to that point of like understanding everything that has happened to me, and like the understanding what was going on, the first feeling I felt was, why me? Like, what makes me so special that I got another chance? Not another chance, but like my life got to continue. Because the thing is, with me getting hit by that car, that literally had nothing to do with me. It was the fucking man. But it's like, that's what, like, I don't know, just to think about, if I wasn't given this chance, that I would just die at 23 years old with not even being able to blossom all the things that I'm supposed to do in life. Like, to think of it like that is like, you, what the fuck? Like, it. And another part of me, like, I felt like a martyr. Like, it's like, why do I have to feel so much pain? Like, because when things have happened to me, it don't be like a 1 or a 5. It'd be 10s across the board. And it's like, gosh, like, I know you give your strongest battles to your strongest soldiers, but goddamn, I'm trying to be strong. I don't want to be a strong black woman anymore. But that's really how I was feeling. And like, I felt angry for a little bit. I felt really angry. I felt really angry with the man. I felt really angry with myself that I did not listen to everything that was telling me not to go in that direction. I was so angry. I was in so much pain, and every time I felt more pain, I felt more angry. Like, and then the anger transformed to sadness, and I just cried and I cried and I cried, and then that sadness fell into hopelessness, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. Like, literally, I sit currently 4 months in, that's how I feel. I don't know what to do with myself. I love to do art, and before all of this, my art was a way of me to release what I've been through, to release some of the things that have kept me bondage, that has caused pain to me. And when I make the pieces, I feel a bit relief, like, you know what I mean? I feel like something I got off my chest, off my shoulders. But I completed 1 canvas piece since my accident, and that was the canvas piece that I ended up making. I'll talk about this in another video then. But when I made that piece and I looked at it, for one, making the piece itself was so painful. Because like with the tear in my wrist, it affects a lot of the nerves in my fingers. So like, to grip the pencil, it is so painful, and it sends shocking pains through my fingers. And my wrist burns, so I can't hold the pencil, I can't put pressure. So I couldn't do things as particular as I like to do things. And I remember I showed one of my friends and I was telling her how I didn't like the piece because like it just didn't look how it was supposed to look. And she's like, oh, it looks so beautiful, whatever. But like as an artist, whatever your kind of art is, you know what it's supposed to look like, you know? And it hurt me a lot that it wasn't like that and that I can't do it anymore. I'm the type of person, I love going on walks. I go on 2-hour walks every single day, at least. I go on at least one walk a day, at least one. And it would help me clear my mind. I would talk to myself about different things. I can't go and walk. It's when I walk, I literally feel my bones grinding on each other. When I'm moving, I feel my hip popping out the socket, popping in and out. It's so painful. I have 2 herniated discs in my spine from this accident. That shit hurts. Like, I feel like there's no words that I can give you for you to understand the amount of pain that I feel every single day. And like some days I wake up while I'm laying in my bed and I forget, like, oh, I don't know, like my brain just keeps wanting to forget that all of this is happening, like actively trying to forget. But then as soon as I get up off my bed and I stand, I remember. My spleen is healing. That's something I really prayed for, that I didn't have to get it removed, and I ended up not having to get it removed. And I'm so happy about that. But the amount of pain that I feel in my spleen, oh my gosh. There'll be days that I can't eat because I can't, like, as soon as I swallow something and it feels like my stomach is starting to expand, it's like it feels like my ribs are caving in. It feels like my freaking spleen is gonna explode. Like, it's so painful. I have extreme, like, not extreme, well, in the beginning it was extreme. I would say it's more mild now when it comes to certain things, but really extreme in the beginning. PTSD when it came to cars. I talked about that in a few of my fireside chats. About, like, for one, seeing cars, I feel like they're just gonna hit me. While I'm walking across the street, I feel like a car is just gonna come out of nowhere and hit me, because that's what the hell just happened to me. When I'm in the car, literally, I feel like a car is just gonna come and ram on my side. And it's almost happened twice since my accident, which hasn't helped my feelings of paranoia, my feelings of worry, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be to points where I'm in the car and I'm digging my hands in my skin. I'm digging my hands in the seats because I'm so nervous. Like, I'm scared. Like, I'm so scared. There'll be times we're driving in the car, my father's taking me to my physical therapy appointments, and I'm crying because I just can't. But then that had transformed to just me feeling just uncomfortable around people. Like, I feel so scared. I feel like somebody's gonna hurt me. Like, I just feel like people are gonna hurt me. Especially because, like, I just can't physically handle myself anymore. Like, I can walk, but, like, I can barely walk for a long time. My physical strength is not there, you know? Like, I feel scared. I feel really scared. And I was talking to my mother, and I was like, don't think I can go back to work. Like, I just, for one, even being in that environment, I went back to that area once to give paperwork to my job, and I had a whole breakdown. Like, I had a panic attack. It's like, I don't know, like, it sounds stupid for me to say this, but, like, I never expected to get hit by a car. I'll say that. But, like, I never expected, like, to go through an experience mentally, emotionally, spiritually like this. I never expected that. So, this has been a lot for me. Like, a lot. But then again, I'm trying to see things more positive, because if I see it more negative, I'm just gonna be a shut-in. Like, I'm just gonna be a hermit, you know? And I have so many things that I have to accomplish in my life. So, you know, but for one, I see this as God, my guardian angels, my guides, for one, I'm so protected. That's number one. But two, me to slow down. Like, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. I was told to slow down. I don't slow down. Now I'm forced to slow down, you know? That's for one. Next thing is to let go. I want to have control over everything. Because growing up, I feel like I didn't have control. So now that I'm an adult, I want to have control over every aspect of my life. And this is showing me I can't have control over everything, because that's just impossible. That, and it's also like, I have a ego, but it's not extremely negative, but it's more so how much I push myself and what values that I value of myself. And with my accident, it took it away from me. Like, body's still T, but I have cellulite in places I've never had cellulite before. Like, where all my muscle was in my legs are gone. My arms gone. Like, I'm not happy with my how I look. And I used to be happy with how I look. I worked so hard to get to a place where I was happy with how I looked. And now I'm not there. It's gotten a lot better, but for the first like 3 months, my memory was horrible. Short-term memory was horrible. It's still bad, but it gotten a lot better. But with that, my speech was really bad. Like, because it felt like I couldn't think. Like, to form sentences, it's like my brain could not form sentences. And it would make me so frustrated. So once I get frustrated, I just don't even want to speak anymore, because it's like it's not coming out correctly. And I'm so used to being able to articulate myself in a manner that I'm happy with, you know? So that was another thing that, like, I had to, you know, get with my art. Like I said, I didn't feel that release from my art, but then also I couldn't do my art like how I usually do my canvas pieces. I can't do my detailed canvas pieces anymore. But I started to make masks, and they're a lot less impact on my wrist. So that was nice. That was a nice thing that I got from it. But the release, I still don't feel that release, you know? I know that this is all for a reason. Like, I know that this is all for a reason. It's not even like I'm trying to convince myself, but I know it is. But it's just hard to go through it. You know what I mean? It's hard to go through it. But I know as hard as I hit low is as high as I rise. And before, I thought I hit low, like kind of low before, and I rose pretty high. But oh my goodness. So I can't imagine everything that is going to come after this. So that is what I'm looking forward to. When I wake up in pain, when I'm hurting, when I'm feeling nauseous. Like, because for so long, I feel I feel sick. Working out, I feel sick. Like, when I'm doing my knee workouts, my hip workouts, I literally just want to throw up. I feel so sick. My body's in so much pain. But it's like, I know that it's gonna get so much better from here. Like, I know that for a freaking fact. But I'm not gonna be the one to push any, like, religion on you, because I don't practice a specific religion. I'm not gonna push you to believe in anything. But what I will say is, I was shown first-handedly the powers that are so great. And when I'm now in a position where I can think back and understand everything that has happened, I feel so ungrateful. All those times where I've wished for death on myself, all those times where I've tried, all those times I am so angry with myself. And I felt really, really shitty. I felt really ungrateful. His life is a gift. It is a gift. You just have to find what you're supposed to be doing. And I know that sounds easier said than done. I know, because I'm going through a shedding time right now. And everything that I thought I was supposed to be doing, I'm rethinking it all right now. But definitely when you find it, you will feel so much peace inside. I know that. I know that. But that's the story of Saint Lazarus, and that shows the power of the tongue, for one. So be careful what you name yourself. Be careful of the words that you speak around yourself. But I have risen again, and I'm gonna take full opportunity of this life that I'm given, because this life is a gift. It's very much a gift. And a lot of us take advantage of this gift because of these worldly things. And girl, you see I got my headphones on. You see I got my Monclesi on. I told you I got a Moosey. You know? But don't let these things consume you. And yeah. But yeah, there will be changes made. Not to like anything that you guys would be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna become like a preachy person or anything like that. But I am being guided to help open minds. And when I say open minds, I mean just to see life for what it is, and to see the symbols that are in life, to see the tricks that are being played in life, to see the forced direction that you're being pushed in, but that is not your true direction. I want to, you know, just open you guys up to that kind of things. So yeah, but like I said, nothing crazy. Like, it's not gonna be like nothing like culty, or like nothing like super like spiritual, or well, kind of spiritual, but nothing crazy, nothing crazy. So don't fret, do not fret. But yeah, I'm not in a psychosis, but I have been awakened. I have been taught a lesson. And it's even funnier because when I was thinking about everything, I had thought about an art piece that I made right before my accident, and I took the picture and I posted it. I believe it was 2 days before my accident. And the art piece is called Human Nature. And this was a very different kind of piece for me, because usually I focus on black and white. That's just what I love. I love black and white. But I just had a feeling to do color, and I did like a lot of trees, and I did like my 3D bird, and I wrote a little synopsis, and I'll put it right here. But basically, I talked about there being so much bad going on in the world, but there's glimpses of beauty, glimpses of happiness, glimpses that give you hope in what is going to go forward with this world, you know, what we can look forward to, what is to come. And the song that I put, because whenever I post like my art on my Instagram, I always try to put like a, you know, a song to go with it. And I just kept feeling an urge every time I saw that piece. The song just kept going with it, was Only When I'm Dreaming by Minnie Riperton. And only when I'm dreaming, oh, only when I'm dreaming, it's the harmony and leaving, harmony and leaving. I'm only dreaming, oh, I am only dreaming when I... That song. Ooh, I feel like I low-key ate that in a shade. And I posted the piece, and when I was looking at it and thought about what I said and the feelings that I was trying to portray through the piece, I was like, wow, what did I think about? I thought about the dream that I had, and the dream that I don't know, I got a warning of what was gonna happen if I don't listen. If I don't listen to my intuition, listen to what's being said to me, what's being shown to me. I don't know. I just found it as a cute little 180. But thank you guys so much for listening to what has happened to me. Yeah. Say something in the comments, you know? Nothing melancholic, you know? Just say something in the comments. Have you ever had a death experience? Because I don't even say near death. If you have, you could talk about near death, but this was not a near death experience. I'm gonna make that clear. I died. There's more things I could have touched on that would, but I don't, certain things I don't want to talk about, but that, yeah. So let me know. Also, yeah, just chat to me in the comments, you know, whatever y'all want to talk about. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. It's me, your city sheriff, and I'm signing out. Bye.